Hey friends! Today's video is another sourdough recipe, and today I'm going to be making sourdough discard crackers, which is like the easiest, pretend you didn't see that, the easiest of all of the sourdough discard recipes, in my humble opinion. My starter desperately needs to be fed, so yeah, really needs to be fed. So let's make some crackers. First thing we need to do is preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Next thing we're gonna do is get our other ingredients. I'm also gonna try to make this two different ways today. I'm gonna make one batch with butter and one batch with coconut oil, just to see, like, maybe if we can make these also vegan. Try it out, I don't know. I know I like the ones with butter, but I wanted to try it with coconut oil, so. Sorry if you can hear my dog. So you kind of have options when it comes to seasoning of these crackers. My favorite way to do it is with everything bagel seasoning. If you watch my videos regularly, I show this like all the time, but I get this from Thrive Market. It's just their everything bagel spice blend. And this little pack is like $2 or $3, and it's really great. Other good toppings would be poppy seeds, just plain poppy seeds, or just salt. I have this nice big flake sea salt that I might sprinkle on top as well. So let's just get into the recipe. This is the coconut oil I'm going to use. I just got it at Aldi. I'll have the recipe that I'm going off of linked down below in the description box. Just in a medium bowl, I'm gonna measure out 28 grams of coconut oil. Also, if you don't have a scale, this is 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. 28.3, I'll take it. And I'm gonna go melt this in the microwave. Now I'm gonna add a pinch of salt and 200 grams of Hungry sourdough starter. So this is like super liquidy. I don't know if you can see that. Like no bubbles at all. I'm actually gonna stir it a little bit just to make sure we don't get all like hooch. I'll put what hooch is right here on the top. So now right into the coconut oil and salt, I'm going to add 200 grams of sourdough discard. Next, I'm going to add probably like a couple teaspoons of everything bagel seasoning, but you can again use any kind of seasoning you want. Dried herbs probably would be really good in this, like rosemary or like an herbs de Provence or anything you like. I'm just gonna mix this up with a spatula. Okay, now that it's fully combined and I can't see any more like pools of the coconut oil, I'm just gonna set that to the side for a second while I prepare my sheet pan. Now, as you can see, I've pretty much been making these crackers every few days. So this is the parchment paper that I've been using. You can see like the splotch of where the other batches were, but still good in my eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and just pour this onto here and spread it out in as even of a layer as you can. This would be much easier to do with an offset spatula, but I don't have one of those, so a regular spatula works just fine. You're just not gonna get it into like a perfect shape. And some of the crackers might be a little bit thicker than the other, but you know, There are worse things. Now I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle some more on top just so they look cute. And I'll probably add some of this Maldon salt too. Okay, now I'm gonna bake this in the oven for about 10 minutes. We're gonna take it out and we're actually gonna score, like lightly drag a knife in a grid pattern for the crackers. And we're gonna bake it for an additional like 20 to 30 minutes and then they'll be done. Okay, so here they are after 10 minutes. They do look a little bit funky, but I promise they will look amazing in the end. So I'm just gonna take a little knife and wear an oven mitt to score. I don't stress about trying to make them perfect because I'm gonna eat them no matter what. But if you are having guests over or something and you want them to look more perfect, be my guest to take your time with this. Okay. Now I'm gonna pop them back into the oven for like 20, I'll check them at 20 minutes. And we're looking for a nice golden brown. And if they're not done, then I'll give them like 10 more minutes. Okay, so I just checked on the coconut oil batch that's in the oven right now. It needs probably like 10 more minutes. So while that is going, I'm gonna go ahead and make the batch with the butter. So it's same thing for the whole thing, except we're gonna use 28 grams or 2 tablespoons of butter instead of coconut oil. I'm gonna add another 200 grams of sourdough starter if I even have that much left. I think I probably do, actually. Salt first. And then sourdough starter. Everything bagel. If you're using salted butter with this, you might not actually have to add that extra pinch of salt. I was just using unsalted butter, that's why I added some extra salt. Put that aside. Now I just have a cooling rack for when the coconut oil batch comes out. I'm just gonna slide them off onto this so then I can put this butter batch right on that pan. In the meantime though, I am gonna go ahead and feed my sourdough starter. Okay, so these were in there for 30 minutes total. Nice and golden brown. The ones on the edges are a little bit more golden than the center, but that's okay. They'll harden up as they cool. Okay, now I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing with the butter batch. These ones might actually be a little bit underdone. Let's see. Maybe a little bit, but they're still good. And you can't taste the coconut oil, which I was a little bit nervous about. So I'm calling the coconut oil batch a success. I know the butter one's gonna be a success because I've made those a few times already. But yeah, if you are vegan or if you are dairy free, it totally works with coconut oil and it doesn't taste like coconut at all. I was nervous that I was gonna give it kind of like a weird coconutty flavor, and this is unrefined virgin coconut oil, which is like the most coconutty tasting. So, yay! So I forgot to press record, but I just scored all of these crackers and they're gonna go back in the oven again for like 20-30 minutes. And here are the finished butter crackers. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.